people, welcome to Zop Lady, welcome to my channel once again. And today I have a special visitor from Ghana. She's not just a mere visitor, she's a former colleague and also a friend in Ghana. And she decided to just fly from Ghana to visit me in SA for just 3 days. How many friends can do that? I'm so excited, and she has a lot of content in her. She's such a super intelligent lady, and today I'll be doing less talking. Apart from me doing the introduction and talking blah blah blah, I'm going to allow her to talk about some sensitive topic that most society try to shy away from. But you and I know that we didn't be shy of that. So I'll give her the opportunity to tell us a bit about herself, and then we dive into our topic. And guess what? Today I'm not going to be the one to introduce the topic. She's the one going to do introduction. And while she's speaking, I'll be picking one or two things from her, and I'm going to punch holes in it and ask her question. And then we'll also take her thought on such assertions she's going to make in our small discussion. So this is not an interview, it's just a friendly discussion. So I introduce to you
Seiram. My name is Seiram Awushi Agbemenya. I'm a mother.
A mother of 1, 3, 2, 4, 5.
A mother of 2.
Yeah.
But I'll say a career of 4. But I'll explain that later.
Wow.
So I'm a mother of 2. I'm a development professional. I work in the development space here, working with African, institutions in African countries. I am also an environmental specialist.
Wow.
I specialize in environmental sciences.
Wow.
So climate change and all that.
Wow.
But I'm also passionate about women and issues that affect women. So I'm a women's advocate, or you can call me a gender advocate.
Gender advocate, yeah.
And to top it all off, I call myself a feminist.
Ooh.
Which makes a lot of people...
Do we like them?
It makes a lot of people uncomfortable. So I intentionally open with that to say I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
And then it brings out a lot of discussions.
Yeah.
Because I think that women should be brought to the table.
Yes.
But we as women should not wait to be brought to the table. We have to take a seat at the table. So that gets me into discussions, because the moment you say I'm a feminist, we're like, oh, she's the type of woman who wants to wear the pants in the house. She doesn't cook, No. Feminism means a lot of different things, and I'm sure we'll see glimpses of it in this discussion. So,
wow.
I think that's about me.
That is about her. So you and I can understand the kind of portfolio she carries. She's not just a mere woman. Yeah. So as I said earlier on in my introduction, I said she is going to introduce our topic for discussion today. So what is our topic? What are we going to talk about today?
Okay, so as I said, I'm passionate about women. I thought we should have a discussion around women and their bodies.
Yeah.
How do we accept our bodies?
Yeah.
Because women are unique creatures.
Yeah.
God created us last. And you know this famous saying that they say, he who loves last loves best.
Yeah.
So we are the best creation of God.
Yeah.
We come in different shapes,
And
colors and sizes.
Yeah.
And so how do we embrace that as women?
Yeah.
And accept that as a woman, there's no one size that fits all.
Oh, yeah.
My sister Genevieve is very dark and beautiful, and an epitome of an African woman.
Did you hear that?
And
yes.
I'm a bit light, but I'm fool.
Yeah.
The typical African woman.
Typical African beauty. Yes.
I always say God was not stingy with us African women.
Yeah.
He added more, skin and more flesh where they needed to
and
be.
very curvaceous,
So I just want us to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, how do we accept ourselves?
Yeah.
How do we accept our bodies? How do we present those bodies?
Yeah.
Especially after birth.
Yeah.
Because we know that there's a lot of changes that happen when we have babies.
Yeah.
When women become mothers.
Yeah. So let me just pause here. When you say our bodies undergo through changes after birth, what exactly? I mean, I'm a teenager. I've not seen any mother before, or like a naked body of a mother. So what are the changes that you see in a mother?
Okay, so it's good you bring this up, and I think this is a discussion that nothing prepares you for.
Yeah.
I had my first daughter when I was 31.
Yeah.
And nothing prepared me for all that I went through.
Yeah.
And I think this is a discussion also that we don't have with girls.
Yeah.
And to prepare us as women.
Yeah.
But can you imagine your body holding a life for 9 months, even for 3 months?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Your body undergoes changes in every part, even the skin.
Yeah.
Because some women have hormonal issues so much so that even their skin becomes darker.
Yeah.
They have breakouts on the skin. There's a lot of acne. Like, so much can go wrong. And I'll use myself as a personal example. So when I had a daughter, when I was pregnant, I had something that they called PIH.
PIH, okay.
Pregnancy-induced hypertension.
Okay.
So it was very bad, and at a point, so it means that your pressure goes very high during pregnancy. So I was being managed. My doctor was a very fantastic woman. So she helped to manage this condition. At a point, I had something they called eminent eclampsia. So I was getting eclampsia, which you can research on what that is. Eclampsia can cause the death of the mother and the baby if not checked. So I had to go into, an early procedure where they had to take the baby out earlier at 7 months. And because of that condition, I got my baby, thank God, although premature. I had something that they call a Bell's palsy. So half of my face was paralyzed. And half of my face was paralyzed. Until date, I feel this part of my face is not the same as this part. I had to undergo physical therapy, physiotherapy so many times. I had electric shocks, something that looks like electric shocks on my face to come and shock the nerves and the muscles. So up till date, this eye of mine is always twitching, this part of my face. I feel it, but when I tell them, they're like, we can't see anything. You look okay.
You look beautiful.
Thank you, but I know what I had to go through due to that. And I feel like this is just a glimpse of what can happen. So the fact that people can carry a pregnancy to term with no challenges at all, it's a miracle. And it's a blessing. And I feel like no one should feel bad because she changed as a result of that. Because you are the only creature in this world, apart from, let's say, animals, but humans. You are the only human being, the only type of human being that can carry a human being. And I think it's an amazing blessing. Like you have magic powers. You can create a human being. No man can. No matter what.
They are part of the process.
So you carry it. You have it in you. You have this amazing bond and amazing connection with this child. And so you shouldn't feel bad for the aftermath of that or what even happens during the process. We should just be happy that we are alive and we should own our bodies. And one thing I'll also say is that health is very important. And I can't overemphasize that. You have to make sure you are healthy, you have all your vital statistics under check, like you have the pressure, you have the kidneys functioning. Once everything is okay, because I believe health comes in different shapes and sizes, okay? So the fact that somebody may be a few sizes bigger than the other person doesn't mean the skinny person is healthier than the bigger person, and vice versa. We are different people, and how we look also comes from genetics. Some of the things is what you were given. I expect that you have really no control over. Okay, so I advocate having a good diet that is balanced, trying to exercise, live a healthy life, and you're good. Healthy doesn't look one size. So we embrace ourselves. So usually you find that women, after going through this wonderful experience of birth, sometimes you are not able to bounce back to how you were before.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
And some people can be depressed from that.
Yeah.
And my issue is, how do you embrace the new you?
Okay. So now we want to now center it on you. Okay. So the question was, when your body underwent this process of changes after birth, how did you snap back into your body? Did you ever snap back? Did you wanted to snap back into it, or you just accepted it? How did you manage yourself?
Okay, so first of all, I would say before I had the baby, I was this beautiful woman, which I still am.
Yeah,
I
can testify. I'm sure you can also testify.
Very tall and vavavavoom still. I still had my vavavavoom. But after my daughter, I think I gained a lot of weight. But I was just happy that I was alive. Maybe because of the peculiar, circumstances that I went through. So once my daughter was, a bit of age, because I was still breastfeeding, I tried to also diet. So watch my diet.
Okay. Was that not affecting your production of milk for the baby?
So what I was doing is that, sometimes, especially African women, when I had a baby at first, my first baby, I don't know if I can speak P here. I'll explain.
Yeah.
You say, they are then crying. And when you eat a lot of palm soup.
Yeah.
It will give you a lot of breast milk. And my mom will say,
Yeah.
They have to cook the local food. And our local food in Ghana is very fat.
Yes.
Very, very fat.
A lot of carbohydrates.
And they tell you that's what will bring out the milk. And so that I was doing for some time. But I realized that no, this wasn't going to help. And naturally, I don't know, because of the stress that my body went through birth, but I wasn't producing a lot of breast milk.
Okay.
So I tried a lot. I tried to follow the old people who had seen it all, our mothers.
And even the modern day.
And I read, and they said, look, during pregnancy, the reason why you gain so much is your body is packing on fats. That translates into breast milk. So it's not now that you have to eat to make breast milk. The fat is there. So just maintain a healthy diet. Another thing I realized after having my son, because when I had my son, I realized that with my daughter I was eating a lot, the breast milk wasn't coming. So what can I do differently? I started doing a lot of juicing, a lot of vegetables, and I was amazed how just fruits could make me produce milk.
Wow.
Yeah, fruits. So having more fruits made me produce more milk. And because I had that experience of eat a lot, and I was eating a lot, I was even gaining more weight. I decided to, watch my dad do a lot of research, and I produced significantly more milk than I did with my first.
So meaning the first one, you were relying on the old technique.
Yes.
And then second, we said you have to research.
So as I was saying, you need to be healthy. You need to watch what you eat. You need to exercise. You need to be physical to get your body in shape. And once you are healthy, and what I would always say is, at least every year or twice a year, try and get yourself checked. Make sure everything is working well. Make sure you take your vitamins. Make sure you eat healthy, and you're fine.
Then you're fine. Yeah. And then what about exercise? Do you have to do vigorous exercise?
It depends on you. Once you are healthy, find what works for you. That's what I say. I do walking. I do walking, but I must admit, in the past few months I've been very busy with work. But I want to start again. So I walk with my daughter.
Okay, so
and it's so nice. And we can walk for 5 kilometers. That little girl. Yeah.
Really?
Wow, at 5, she can walk 5 kilometers.
Then you are really training her.
Yeah, and she loves to walk. So she's like my accountability partner.
Yeah.
Because she can say, Mommy, we have to go for a walk.
Yeah,
and so I have to go for a walk.
And I'm sure with that you're also mentoring her, so that when she also grows and gets to a stage, it's something she's been doing, and then it's stick to her. Okay, so now I also want to talk about, you know, when we were single people and didn't have children, we had particular clothes that we used to snap ourselves into.
Exactly.
Would you still wear the clothes that you were wearing before birth?
So all I will say is that you should know your body that you have now.
Now, yes.
And dress for the body that you have now.
Yeah.
I find that a lot of women are still dressing for the body that they had.
Used to.
But we have changed.
Yeah.
So you can't dress the way you used to dress. Yeah. You know, watch your body. See what accentuates your curves that you now have.
Yeah.
Or, you know, your boobs. You know, what makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
But also you have to step out and make people see like, wow. And you know, I, for instance, have most of my dresses made in Ghana. Most of my dresses, I have this amazing seamstress. You know, I have to find somebody also who can make dresses for me, to fit me as I am. You know, because sometimes women like me find it difficult to find dresses that fit our body. And so you are stuck with certain dresses that are not really, you know, working for you. Because I'm somebody who likes to be covered up, but also fashionable in a way. So how do I do that? And so I have been able to find what accentuates my curves, what makes me feel comfortable, what makes me feel powerful. Because we have to, as women, how you appear exudes a lot of power.
Exactly.
Your appearance alone. It will open doors for you or close the doors.
Wow. Did you hear that? Yeah, so and on that note, you know, we are blessed in Ghana where we have a lot of tailors and seamstresses. So most of our women, we go to these seamstresses or tailors to sew for us. So I think this is something most African countries don't have. But maybe it's, I think, something which is related to the western part of Africa. We have this, and it's also creating job for the people.
You know, you can also, if you can't have your dresses made, you can also find places where they stock dresses for your size that are okay. You know, I lived in South Africa before.
You told me.
Yes. So I lived in South Africa for 4 years. I lived in Joburg for about 2 years, and then I went to Cape Town. And I had to find shops where dresses would fit my body and my build. Because I'm very tall. And I'm not the average size, you know, and I'm thick boned. So how do I get dresses that fit? And I wouldn't want to mention shops, but there are some shops
around.
Just like in West Africa, we don't have a lot of shops, a diversity of shops. So you would rather maybe rely on tailors or seamstresses. Here in South Africa, you have so many shops. You have some that have dresses for plus size. So your work now is to see what works for you and your body. And then you stick to it. You know?
So I also want to find out from you, what advice would you give to fellow women who are intimidated? You know, in Africa, especially in Ghana, hair size is defined as the beauty. So what would you tell, and Europe, my size somehow. So what advice would you give to women who feel threatened or intimidated by the size of another woman?
Okay, what I would say is own your body.
Did you hear that? Own your. How do you own your body?
Own your body. Own your flaws.
Own your body. Own your flaws.
You know, sometimes you have to give yourself a power talk in the mirror.
What is a power talk in the mirror? Maybe you want to educate our young girls, especially the youth.
And you say, "I am fantastic. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am a creature of God." Oh wow, God, you took your time. You made serum, like you know, every part of my body is done to precision. So like you are your greatest cheerleader. And if you have children, you have to show them a positive picture of how a woman can accept herself, especially if you have a girl child. And so that's what I always do with my daughter. My daughter says,
she's blessed to have you.
Mommy, you're beautiful.
That is so nice.
She can look at me, Mommy, I want to be like you when I grow up. And it gives me a lot of, you know, like wow, I'm giving her a positive role model to look to. Like my daughter doesn't see, because Genevieve, in as much as you may feel in West Africa, people like women with all their curves. Also, there are people who see women like me, plus size women, and they go like, oh, maybe she's not healthy, she's too big or something. So, some people prefer slimmer built women. So once I'm already putting that in my daughter's head, she sees me and she sees me as a symbol of beauty.
Wow, and you are beautiful.
And so she's not going to grow up for anybody to tell her that you have to be like this to be beautiful. She understands that beauty can be any size, any shape. You know, so it's the confidence. You have to walk out in confidence. People own those flaws. Own them. Own your belly that is bigger.
Like I do.
Own the flaps. You know, own the arms, own the thighs, own everything. Because you made a human being. Human beings. Like, even if you didn't make a human being, God created you like that. You know, people have been able to carry 3, 4, 2, 1. And you expect them to be the same. Some people are blessed. They drop a baby and they snap back.
I've seen several.
They don't change.
Like,
so I'll say, okay, your genes are fantastic. That is how your genes are. You can snap back. But that doesn't mean that is preferred. It's just that, okay, that is how you are built. Oh, well, good for you. I am like this. How do I own it? And it's also fantastic that you can change. So you can look at your pictures in your 20s and go, oh wow, I was hot. And you go back and you look at your pictures in your 30s, in your 40s, like, oh, I'm a blessed mama. You know, like I'm hot in all places. Like I'm a mama.
Exactly.
And I pop them out. I'm still hot. I'm still popping, people. So,
that is lovely.
I mean, I am so fantastic. I'm still popping.
And you should see her. I'm sure maybe at the end of the interview, she's going to give us a 360 and do some catwalk for us. Then you will see how confident she is in her skin. I'm gradually coming to the end of our conversation, but there are 2 questions that I want to pose to Sayuram. That is, what would you tell people who body shame, especially women?
I would just like to say, look, usually you find we ourselves women doing it to other women, and that is so not cool. As women, we have to learn to build other women up, not tear them apart. So sometimes, yes, women can be, you know, insecure about their
Are we our worst enemy, as they say?
Sometimes, but we can be our best cheerleaders. I have most of my friends are women, Genevieve, yourself, and you always like talking to me, you're always excited for me. You're always saying, oh, Sayuram, you can make it. And you don't know some of those affirming words, what they do to me, and what they do to other women. So we should learn to affirm women.
Each other. Let's be each other's keeper.
Each
and
other's
cheerleader. I mean, these are one of the technical words that I've heard from her. Be your own cheerleader first before you now expect other women to cheerlead you, right? Wow. Okay. And then lastly, before I ask her to say anything at all, what advice would you give to women, or mothers especially, who do not want to accept their bodies after birth?
I would just say, there's nothing you can do with it. You stuck with it. What do you do? The only way is to accept it. I mean, it's just to accept it. Sometimes you can do all the diets, you can do everything, but some things can never change. It's just like aging. You accept your body as you age. Because when those wrinkles come, and when those flaps come, you can do all the anti-wrinkle creams.
Even the surgeries.
It's there. And what I'll say is that love your body for yourself. Okay?
For yourself. Why?
Yourself.
Why should we love our bodies for ourselves?
It's you.
It's me.
You carry it around.
Yeah.
So if you think, okay, I'm not against body enhancement surgery. If you think, look, I can't live with this. My boobs are saggy. I want to get them. By all means, go do it. Do you. But don't do it because for some man, do it because of yourself. You want to see yourself like, man, I'm damn hot. Not for some man to come and say you are dumb, because the men, today you may be hot, but tomorrow someone hotter is coming around. So you don't do it for anybody but yourself. So if you want to get surgery, if you want to get a tummy tuck, if you want a Brazilian butt lift, please do. But for yourself. So you have to weigh the pros and cons. Am I doing it for me, or am I doing it for myself? Also try to educate yourself and know what are the side effects, what are the pros and cons. Do I really want to do this? And if you are able to check all the boxes, yes, go ahead and do it. It's your body, enjoy it, but do everything for yourself.
Oh, what a lovely conversation that I've had with Seiram. I'm sure you are also educated, but I'm sure you also want to hear something. We just wanted to say something, any advice at all, random advice. It could be the same topic that we are talking about, or anything at all you feel it's important for people to hear.
Okay, so what I would say is that it's a blessing to come to this world as a woman. That's one thing. We are the brightest species that God created.
The last born of creation.
We are the best. So to come to this world as a woman, you are blessed. And I would like to say also that men must play a part in encouraging their wives, their sisters, their partners, and accepting them. Because we change. And sometimes it's hard for them to be like, this hot babe that I saw now, she has some flaps going on. You must understand that we change. The beauty of this world is that we change. Nothing is static. Everything is dynamic. Things keep changing. Our culture keeps changing. Who knew that today I can have a phone call with somebody and even see that person where the person is? Very soon we are going to have holograms. We are going to have so many things. Even the culture of work has changed. People have been working from home for years now, and they are more productive at home. So things change. So I want men to accept that change is inevitable and be your partner's cheerleader. That's all I was saying.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do the Ghana handshake. I wouldn't teach you, but you will see how we will do it. So learn from us. On that special note, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about who? Zop Lady. And